Hello, once again, and welcome to the First Pitch podcast on Pitcher List. My name is Trevor Hooth. We got lots to get to today, news, highlights, and of course, the games that will be coming up. So let's get right into it. The biggest news of the day: Chase Burns is going to be promoted. That's right. Chase Burns due to be promoted. That is huge, huge news, especially for prospect fans. It seemed like that could happen for a while. He's been dominating. Well, not for a while. I mean, he just got to AAA a few games ago, but he has been dominating in the minors. He zoomed through the minors, striking out everything in sight, posting a 1.77 ERA across all levels. And just a phenomenal, phenomenal time he had in the minors. He'll join Cam Smith, Christian Moore, Nick Kurtz, and Jack Caglione from last year's draft class. That means there are now 5 players from the 2024 draft class who are playing for the team that drafted them. That is insane speed. I mean, just the sheer number. It takes a few years. There's 4 of them in the majors who were a member of that 2024 draft class. Chris Sale heads to the IL with a ribcage injury that he sustained diving for a grounder from Juan Soto. The Braves have recalled Austin Cox to take the roster spot. So another lefty pitcher coming up, see what role they have him play. I mean, they already have Ronaldo Lopez, AJ Smith-Shawver, and now Chris Sale out. I think, if anything, this is meaning Didier Fuentes might get a little bit more run, which that's not too bad. The Orioles put Adley Rutschman on the 10-day IL with an oblique strain, and they recall Maverick Handley. So they do bring up a catcher, but it is not Samuel Basallo, who's been fantastic in the minors. And, you know, you'd think it would be Basallo, but unfortunately it is not. The Orioles brass said they want him to be like breaking the door down before they actually give him a chance. And I mean, he kind of has been, but anyway, it's not going to be Basallo, and it's not going to be Basallo for a while, apparently. AJ Puck, as mentioned yesterday, was going to undergo surgery. We have a name to the surgery now. He underwent internal brace surgery. That means he is going to be out for a while, likely, you know, through next year's All-Star break is when that's going to happen. Jake Berger heads to the 10-day IL for the Rangers with an oblique strain. Justin Foscue is going to take his place on the roster. It was Ezekiel Duran who played first for them in the first game of Berger's absence. Jason Hayward DFA'd by the Padres to make room for Brian Hoeing on the 40-man roster. So Hoeing joins the Padres roster. Jason Hayward is going to be looking for other opportunities should he be able to find one. The Rays select Paul Gervasi, who is just going to be a relief pitcher. He threw a couple innings in relief, actually. Just want to mention he is 6'10". Yeah, just a 6'10" pitcher, because why not? It's the Rays. Nate Pearson is back with the Cubs as Genesis Cabrera has been DFA'd. And, you know, didn't go well the first time for Nate Pearson. We're going to have to see how that goes the second time around. Hopefully better. Jorge Soler heading to the 10-day IL with back inflammation. Gustav Campero has been recalled. This will be his 3rd stint with the team, though. He hasn't really gotten any extended run, so we'll see what kind of role they use him in. Should not be a big one. Shota Imanaga is going to come off the IL next week during the series against the Cardinals. No official day yet, but he is going to be coming back. Good news for Cubs fans. They also just recently got back Jordan Wicks, who was on the minor league IL, and he was touching 96 or close to 96, and his changeup looks back. I mean, it looked pretty good, and maybe they have some more depth going for him, or with him, rather. All right, taking a look at some hitting highlights. Logan O'Hoppe goes yard twice. He had 4 RBIs in the game. He's up to 16 home runs on the year now and hitting .233, which is kind of what we expect from Logan O'Hoppe at this point, but he's doing well. Nate Lowe also left the yard twice for the Nats. He has 12 now, and James Wood notched his 21st home run in that game. I don't mean to just do home runs, but we're going to do some more. Home run machine, Eugenio Suarez reporting for duty. He hit another home run in yesterday's games, giving him 4 in the last 3 games and 7 home runs in his last 10 games. That is an insane pace. He is seeing the ball really well right now. Not seeing the ball, of course, as well as the Mets, who put up 11 runs against the Phillies. Brandon Nimmo had 2 bombs. He's up to 15 on the year. Juan Soto had 2 bombs on 4 hits. He's up to 16 homers on the year. Francisco Lindor, Alvarez, and Jared Young also hit home runs in the game. They were just leaving the yard left and right. That was crazy. Stephen Kwan picked up 3 hits, including 2 doubles. He's hitting .305 on the year, continuing his stretch of being just an average league monster. I mean, he's just a great stabilizer if you play in average leagues. Drake Baldwin collects 3 RBIs on 2 hits, including a home run. It really seems like he's gearing up to take the lion's share, if he hasn't already, of those starts behind the plate away from Sean Murphy. They've kind of been in a timeshare as of late, but I don't know. It just seems like Drake Baldwin's going to take it. Roman Anthony collected his second double and walked twice in the game. He's hitting 121 and 33 at bats since his promotion. He had a bomb and a couple doubles in that time, and he's walked 6 times, struck out 9 over the course of his young MLB career. Ian Happ goes deep twice. Kyle Tucker, Michael Busch, PCA all added home runs too. They left the yard quite a bit. PCA up to 21 home runs now, and he added a double too. I think it was his 17th double. I talk about him way too much on this podcast, but my gosh, Pete Crow Armstrong. Cal Raleigh reaches 30 home runs with his 9th inning bomb off Daniel Palencia, and I said it yesterday. I'm just going to keep saying it. If you drafted him, great job. Just great job. Ellie De La Cruz collected a triple and a home run. He also threw up mid-game and refused to come out. He stayed in the game, and I saw it. I don't know how true it is, but I think he allegedly set a new record for foot sprint speed, just because why not? He just a freak athlete, does everything. Good for Ellie De La Cruz. And of course, the throwing up and staying in the game is crazy. Alec Burleson continues to be really, really good. 8th home run, knocked in 3 runs. He's hitting .314 on the year for the Cardinals. And Junior Caminero finally wrapping up the hitters. He went back on the home run charts. He's been off for all of like 4 games or 5 games or something like that. He had 6 hits over the last 3 games prior to to yesterday's, and they were all singles, which is odd. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, he's got 18 home runs now. Junior Caminero continuing to be impressive this season. Jose Soriano reaches 10 strikeouts, walks 3, gave up a run over 6 2/3 innings. I've seen some talk about him maybe being someone that gets moved at the deadline. So something to monitor there. And I don't know, it's always fun when we get to deadline talk time. Mick Abel mentioned how fun he is. Well, he gave up 4 home runs. Lucky for him, they were all solo shots. He ended up with 3 innings, 4 earned runs, and only 1 strikeout. Did not walk anybody. Walks were a huge thing for him. His command has been pretty good, though, so far this year. Luis L. Ortiz for the Guardians struck out 10 over 6 scoreless innings. And I just traded him in a dynasty league for a prospect, so expect more of this. This is kind of what happens. Somebody's not great. I decide to move on, get what I can, and then they become amazing. Because, of course, this happens. Hopefully George Clausen is good. Noah Cameron goes 5 1/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. And I got to say, he's been really good, but it was almost like it has to level out at some point. And you know, I've talked about him and streaming him, but it's almost like riding the hot hand. And I don't know how long it's going to stay hot. I'm wondering if we're at the saturation point and he starts regressing back to the mean, which still is a pretty decent pitcher, but he's more of a back end, more of a back end starter than he's been playing so far. At least I believe so. Dylan Cease goes 6 2/3 innings, striking out 4 while walking 3 with 1 earned run. He was opposite of Noah Cameron. The number of the day for Grant Holmes is 5. He went 5 2/3 shutout innings, giving up 5 hits, walking 5, and striking out 5. Lots of 5s there. Yuri Perez strikes out 6, surrenders 3 runs over 4 2/3 innings. Not worried about what he does, just happy to have him back. I mean, he's got to shake some rust off. Kumar Rocker was looking for 2 good starts in a row. He went 5 1/3, gave up 2 earned runs. while walking 3, striking out 4. This lowers his season ERA to 6.68. Still a yikes kind of season so far, but a couple of good outings back to back. Brian Bello strikes out 6, gives up 3 runs, 1 earned over 6 innings. He was outdueled by Landon Roop, who went 6 shutout innings and struck out 7. A great outing for the Giants pitcher. Jose Barrios went nearly 8 innings, 7 2/3, gave up 1 earned run while striking out 5. The game of the day pick from yesterday was Cade Horton versus Emerson Hancock. Bad pick, Trevor. Bad pick. Cade Horton gave up 6 runs, 3 of them were earned across 4 2/3, striking out 2, and Emerson Hancock gave up 9 runs, including 4 home runs, while striking out 5 in 4 innings. Not a great showing from the starters that I picked. Sonny Gray struck out 5 in 5 innings of 1-run ball against the Reds. Jose Quintana walked 4, struck out 1, but threw 6 scoreless, leading the way for a Brewers shutout. Ryan Pepio struck out 7 over 5 innings and surrendered 1 run against the Tigers, so he had a good outing against that lineup, who seems like they're, I don't know, maybe in a little bit of a slump. Outside of Colt Keith, he's hitting the ball really well. And finally, last pitcher, Clark Schmidt, had a no-hit bid through 7, and he got pulled after 7 innings of no-hit baseball. He was struck out 5 and walked 2. The no-hitter, in case you're wondering, was broken up by former Yankee Gary Sanchez, the first batter of the 8th inning, the first inning that Clark Schmidt was not pitching. JT Brubaker gave up a single, only hit allowed in that entire game. Those were our highlights. That was our news. When we come back, we're going to take a look at some upcoming games to see who might be worth looking at. That's what we're going to do in just a moment, but we're going to take a quick timeout. Once again, my name is Trevor Hooth, and this is the First Pitch Podcast on Pitcher List. And welcome back to the First Pitch Podcast on Pitcher List. We've talked news, we've talked hitters, pitchers. Now, let's take a look at the games upcoming today, see what we got going on. And, just talked about Clark Schmidt and Yankees pitching against the Orioles before the break. Why not start there? Will Warren will be taking on the Orioles, Dean Kremer and the Orioles, in an 11:35 start. And after what Clark Schmidt did, got to be interested in Will Warren starting that one. Casey Mize will be on the mound against the Rays. We'll see. I mean, this series has not gone well for the Tigers so far, but I do like Mize against the Rays. Jack Leiter, always in on him, especially when he's going to be facing off against the Pirates. That should be a good one. He's been great this year in terms of at least just skills shown and really taken a step forward. At one point, I thought that Jack Leiter was destined for a bullpen life, and that seems to not be the case. Logan Gilbert will be taken on the Cubs. Hopefully he can suppress them better than Emerson Hancock did. It's going to be taking on Colin Ray and the Cubs. I don't know. I need Gilbert to be good for my fantasy teams. I have shares everywhere, and I mean everywhere. And game of the day, it's going to be the Nationals versus the Dodgers. It's going to be Mike Soroka, who, he had a really good outing recently. It was his last time out, struck out 9 over 6 innings, gave up 3 earned runs. So like that, he's also not that far removed from striking out 7 with 0 earned runs over 6 innings against Texas. That was 3 starts ago, but he's been pretty good. Not the reason this is the game of the day. Reason this is game of the day, Shohei Ohtani back on the mound. Love to see it. It's not his first time back, but he did throw, 1 inning on the mound a few days ago. We'll see how long they let him go this time, but he is going to be starting against the Nationals and against Mike Soroka. So I'm going to choose that as game of the day because it's Shohei Ohtani. Why wouldn't it be? With that, I appreciate you joining me here on the First Pitch Podcast. Do not forget to check out pitcherlist.com. We have the top 100 pitchers that Nick does. We have the top 100 hitters from Scott Chu. We have the reliever lists that Rick Graham does, holds, saves, whatever. If you need relief help, Rick Graham is your guy. He does great work. And of course, make sure to subscribe to PL Pro. You get access to so much cool stuff, including a Discord where baseball is being talked about constantly. Say it every time, but it's true. That Discord is popping off all the time. It's a great place to be. Make sure to join it if you have not already. With that in mind, I will see you guys next week. My name is Trevor Hooth, and you have been listening to the First Pitch Podcast on Pitcher List.